It's just the elephant in the room, you know, that he's not here, and just feel like something's always missing.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yeah, that's good.
Parker
Sing it again.
was the life of the party. You know, whenever Parker was around, you knew it wasn't going to be a boring time.
When you ride your bicycle. Yeah.
Great big brother. He was a protector of his sisters. Loved to play with Brinley, read her books, and hide her in the closet when she was a baby. He was funny. He loved to make people laugh, and he never walked out the door without giving you a hug and saying, "I love you, Mom." We were very close. He told me lots of things I didn't necessarily want to know. He did start smoking marijuana at 14, and I don't believe that he did much more than that until at least a couple of years later. I think that that drugs began as an escape for him from his ADHD and his anxiety, and I think that had a lot to do with why he used. Our relationship stayed the same. I mean, he wasn't angry, or he still came around. We still talked every day, but it didn't deter him from using drugs. It was that summer that I know for a fact he started doing other dangerous drugs. It was just a nightmare. There's just no other way to describe it. It didn't seem real. It still doesn't seem real, even though I've relived it over and over.
Jake was just, he was the kind of guy that all the girls wanted to date him, and all the guys wanted to be him. If there was somebody, a classmate or a teammate, that felt like they weren't in the group or something, all Jake had to do was put his arm around that friend, student, and say, "This guy's with me," and he was immediately accepted. He loved football. He was a great football player, co-captain of the football team in his junior and senior year. He was a special kid. The first sign that we knew something was actually going on was he and a couple of his buddies were arrested in Alsop Park for purchasing painkillers. And it just started going down from there. For the first time in my life and Jake's life, I saw that he was losing control. His behavior was worse than it's ever been. It was totally out of his body. He was angry. He was visibly impaired, more so than we'd ever seen him. He was belligerent. And these are the characteristics of Jake that weren't ever there. So the plan was, I'll pick you up tomorrow. You know, that's 12 hours too late, and you'll never forget where you were. It's one of those events that just, it's branded into your mind. You know, your world goes pretty dark after that. The drug addiction, it has a deadly clasp on you.
My mom always made fun of me because I always wanted to be a ballerina. I took a lot of dance classes and I did dance up until my senior year of high school. My life was it was normal. A lot of my friends were going to U of A in Fayetteville, and I decided that, that's where I wanted to go, and I applied and I got in. I got into a sorority. I got, moved into dorms, I made a lot of friends. I started drinking a lot, and I guess it started attracting like the wrong types of people, and I don't know, I guess I got like the wrong kinds of friends, and then I started trying new things. Whenever I found out that I could sell like my prescription pills, like it attracted wrong people. After I had like gone to college and had to move back home, I started getting involved into harder drugs because I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like I couldn't make it. I couldn't even get a job, this isn't worth it. And so I started doing heroin. That's when I got addicted. I wanted to chase that feeling of heroin, and then eventually it led to an overdose. They attempted to get ready to put me in a body bag, and then I woke back up and they said that the person who was on this stretcher yesterday had died from a heroin overdose. And they assumed that that's what I had been doing, and they thought it was too late. When I got to the hospital and I started to feel better, I wanted to stop. I started crying and I was like, I just want this to stop. This is embarrassing. Like, all these people now know that I'm doing this at the hospital, and I don't want to do this anymore. I didn't stay sober the first few times that I tried, but at least I kept doing the work. This person told me to call her every single day, and I did, even though that I was getting messed up. It was like giving me that responsibility of knowing that, hey, I hope you realize you're getting messed up again, you're doing this again. I've been sober since September 18, 2015. I can only worry about it one day at a time. I can't, think about how I might want to relapse next week. I just think about today.
Don't think, without you, die.